And a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us here on this very cold and winter day here in Oregon. Let's take a deep breath here together as we allow all the energies that are always here in conversations with Michael to help support wherever you're at in your life. Very good. So today's episode is titled, All Things Must Change. We've been sharing these live energy updates for over now 12 years. We deeply appreciate all the support we received over that time. Truly means a lot to us. But this will be our last live stream on YouTube and on Facebook. We decided, well, it was time. It was time to create our own channel for a lot of different reasons, but mainly to keep our connection with all of you as unfiltered as possible, and to be able to directly support a variety of different musicians and filmmakers that we like to use or highlight, which of course allows us to be more creative with our own content. So starting next month, all of you are welcome to join us on the new Conversations with Michael channel that's on our website. In that channel, we added a video archive to the channel, a community forum, and a lifetime discount on all of our videos that are for rent. Feel free to check it out. And if you're already a member of our online community, there's really nothing you need to do. We will now be streaming live on the member page each and every month. So let's begin again today's session by taking another deep breath. We know a lot of you were hoping for some insights about the recent election in the United States. We're glad to share our perspective, but first, let's begin today's session by feeling into all the different energies that are here today in this moment. Because it's really essential now to tune into those energies that truly resonate with your own heart. Because it's so easy to get seduced by all the drama on this planet. Let's take another deep breath. The moment you get out of bed, every single morning, what have you noticed? Of course, the mind begins to organize, begins to manage your day, to help keep what was real yesterday real again today. But we're serving those of you that chose to shift your own perception of reality and begin to perceive your life through the lens of your own soul. For you, it's more about change. It's more about expansion, elevation, than it is about goals and deadlines. You discovered that your surroundings become an extension of the state of your own inner reality. And as your soul continues to elevate its own perception, what happens? Well, so does your immediate environment, what appears to be outside of you. And it's truly an amazing thing to witness. Some of you are feeling it right now, elevating your experience of you. Now, how you experience getting out of bed every day, each morning, is never the same with your soul present. And to your mind, that sounds kind of crazy. How can it manage what is constantly evolving and changing? And what did you discover? Of course, the answer to that is really simple. It can't. That's why it resists allowing your soul to be present. but it can serve your soul. In fact, its natural state is to be in service to your being part. You're already feeling the most intense transformation this human family has ever experienced. You name it, and it's changing right now. From weather patterns, politics, and of course, at least if we forget those ongoing battles that never seem to end. But if that wasn't enough, we are also entering a new digital reality with an emerging new technology called AI. My friends, this is something you don't want to pretend isn't happening. Some of the inventors of AI are predicting that it will be able to do anything a human can do in less than 5 years. And in less than 15 years, they are also predicting there'll be more human robots on this planet than human beings. And I don't know about you, but that's a lot to take in. But that is also why it's so important at this time to make sure we know who is serving whom. And as that relates to all of you, if you've been following our work, that awareness represents the biggest change on this planet. So we invited all of you to ask the same question in relationship to your being and doing parts as it relates to the presence of consciousness. Who is serving whom? Let's take a moment for you to feel into that statement, into that question. Who is right now serving whom? Take a deep breath there. Very good. There are thousands of human beings on this planet who made the choice to become more conscious of that very question, of that very relationship, who are doing something AIs can never do by themselves. They are allowing consciousness to exist inside of their physical body in the form of what we call your soul. And because of that, they are now dreaming of some incredible potentials. But it's also the dreamers on this planet that have a long history of being scorned, ridiculed, for not paying attention to what appears to be right in front of them. But for the conscious creator, dreaming plays such an essential role in your own creations. If not for dreamers, artists wouldn't exist. And because of that, it also provides a living example for AIs to serve, knowing that they can't mimic the being part of you, no matter how vast their knowledge or intelligence. Without consciousness, we have programmable AIs living alongside programmable human beings. And nobody needs to be a psychic to see who eventually serves whom in that scenario. So there's a lot to consider, a lot to take in. And all of it is happening right now at lightning speeds. And the part that we enjoy allows us to share Michael's own unique perspective as he perceives so many potentials that are now flowing in all directions to help keep you up to date on all the changes that are impacting all of your lives. Because it's clear to most people that the way things have been done in the past no longer are working as they once did. But if change is what you're looking for, before it has any chance becoming a collective experience, it had to start first with some truly brave souls who were willing to explore their own inner reality. Yeah, we're talking about all of you that resonate with our message. That's why most of you are here on this planet. But what did you discover from that deep dive into your own inner reality? Like us, you discovered that your freedom comes with a lot of responsibility. Primarily, your ability to discern what is your own energy, so as not to get pulled into what exists alongside of you. And that, in part, is why we feel so honored to be of service. Over the last couple of months, I've had some really interesting conversations with Michael as they relate to the opportunity that faces all of us right now. Some of the potentials that he has shared with me sounded really surreal, like they had come right out of a Star Trek movie. But he insists that they are just as real as the world we see today. And the changes that he now perceives emerging from within us, awakened human beings, are within reach of every single awakened human being on this planet. It is simply mind-blowing. Changes that will make it a lot easier to trust in your own intuitive abilities and to experience those abilities in motion, in action, in service to you. But does the family of humanity, do they know how to allow such a freedom for themselves? Do they know how to receive what is their birthright to also own? How long did it take so many of you for your human self to allow your soul to now coexist with its presence inside of your day-to-day reality? Did that happen overnight? Or has it unfolded like the petals on a flower opening to the sun and continues to unfold as we speak? So yes, all things must change if your life is to be soul-filled. It's a beautiful title, and it applies to all of us. And for most of you that resonate with our message, for the most part, you no longer respond to change as something that interferes with your life. You now see it, perhaps for the first time, as playing an essential role inside your own story. And looking at this human family, over all these lifetimes, many speak of change, In fact, it represents a common mantra during every election cycle. Many promise such a change, but very few actually experience the change they were hoping to feel. Our service to offer guidance that represents a new way of being human, that'd be quite the change. Starting with no more games. It's time to get real about being real. In our last workshop, Michael reminded us of his promise to all of you. Before we incarnated on this planet, he claims he promised that he would use any tool at his disposal to inspire us to reclaim such a freedom, so that we would know without a doubt that lack of any kind, in any form, is but an illusion. It represents a false perception, and yet, look at all the ways it has defined our own reality. One that would suggest that our own divine nature, who we truly are, our energy, exists somewhere outside of us. Over the years, it has been an honor to meet some of the most incredible people we've ever met in our life, both in person and online. Because the hardest thing to do for any human being is to take that deep dive inside of themselves, and then to make a conscious choice not to let all those outdated beliefs to control their life. We know firsthand how hard that is to do. So after all these years, all these lifetimes, we're now speaking to the new mystics on this planet. We're now speaking to the new creators. Can you feel the joy in that statement? Truly, with all your heart, can you feel the joy? So many of you now know who you are. How long have you been waiting for that? You now know what makes the heart of your soul sing. You can no longer hide your magnificence. You can't suppress your light. And if you tried for whatever reason, you discover really quickly it just hurts not to be you. It just hurts not to be you. So for a while that feels really awkward to your human self, to be you. It leaves that part of you feeling, well, a little vulnerable. But now is the time to step forward. Not to stand in front of the collective consciousness on this planet and proclaim for all to hear your new truth. Although some of you feel, for whatever reason, called to do just that. It's time to step out of the shadow of your light by representing yourself, but now as a soul being. It's time to allow your soul to freely express itself, both energetically, in your actions, and with your voice. Most of you that are here today, you got the energy part down. That took a lot of courage to just let your light shine. And for most of you here today, most of your actions are now soul-filled, meaning that you can feel your energy at play while you're doing life. Took a while, but you're there now. But for most of you here today, we're still working on that voice of yours. And the good news is that we're getting there. So thank you for your support and your trust in our guidance. We know that our approach to being a creator doesn't resonate with everyone. Maybe it's our sense of humor that rubs people the wrong way. But we really think it's because we refuse to accept those parts of you that enjoy playing the victim. We don't recognize that as being the real you. It's been amazing for us to watch so many of you in our group sessions begin to share your true wisdom with so much compassion for how that is also impacting your human self. And yes, we understand that can be really challenging for that part. But this is the time all of us have been waiting for. This is the time to place all of your trust in being in your own energy. It's why we incarnated on this planet so many times, to experience this very freedom, to now be a conscious creator of your own experience, and finally to enjoy it. No more limitations. No more excuses. It's time to simply allow your own energy to manifest in whatever form would best serve the heart of your soul. Let's take a deep breath there. Because we know you've been waiting. We know, like us, you've been here a lot of lifetimes. For a lot of you, over 1,000 lifetimes. It's been challenging. It's been frustrating. It's been awkward. So none of you want to miss out on an opportunity of a lifetime. It's why the title of the next iSpirit 2 course is called Living Your Soul's Dream, because it's in that very dream that you will find your freedom. This would be the perfect time for us to sneak in a quick promo for that. Very good. We just like the music. Good music, right? You're welcome to spend the next 3 months with Michael. Yeah, it's intense. 3 months with him. I get him every single day. So don't complain, right? If you're integrating your soul into this human experience, that's going to speak directly to your heart. Your mind's going to have a problem with it. Eventually it gets involved, understands why it's here, accepts the role that it's playing. But you're not alone anymore. None of you are alone. There are now more fully awakened human beings on this planet than ever before. So, where does that leave us in relationship to the rest of humanity? Well, we will continue to exist alongside those that enjoy playing power games. But a time will come in the near future when that relationship will also change, and it will. Out of respect for those that enjoy playing the power games and those of us that don't. There are billions of heart-centered human beings on this planet who, like all of us, are simply tired of spending so much of their own time and energy cleaning up the mess from little boys playing with big sticks. It's boring. So there are a lot of changes that are impacting the human experience. It can feel really intense. And it's going to be very intense for a few more years, because the magnitude of such a change has never happened before on this planet. But with the love all of us are now feeling for ourselves, and are also freely sharing with others. Because of that, I believe in us. Truly, I believe in our new story. And of course, one of the biggest changes of late had a lot to do with the political landscape. But before we get caught up in all the drama, let's remember one thing here. It's a landscape that is connected to the collective consciousness on this planet. And we will say it again, but this time with even more passion. With all the candidates to choose from, we highly recommend that you elect you. Use the freedom you already have to choose how you want to feel about your life. Nobody can take that freedom from you. Unless, of course, you allow them to. Elect yourself as being the most precious, the most priceless gift anyone could ever receive. Elect yourself to be a true lover of life. And then watch how that love for self will literally transform your personal reality. And then observe without judgment how your current circumstances, your immediate environment begins to arrange itself in service to who you elected inside your own reality. You don't have to be psychic to see what is on the horizon. Worldwide, the family of humanity is demanding what? They're demanding more transparency. If they are footing the bill, which they are, they want to know, how's it being spent? and why more is being spent than what is being received from whatever institution is claiming to be serving them. More than anything, this is what influenced the results in the elections in the United States. The devotion to party lines, perhaps for the first time in a very long time, became very fuzzy. Maybe some of you were hoping for some grander ideas. Those will be coming, but not in the way some of you were hoping for. The very foundation that supports so many of your institutions, they need to be reinforced or radically changed. But the craving for such a change will not stop there. It goes much, much deeper than that. And for that to become real will require a new set of leaders, right? That do have the consciousness not only to embrace change, but to also stop drawing the lines in the sand. They will choose the most qualified people to help support the need for more changes, no matter what group or party they belong to. That is coming, my friends, but it's not here quite yet. And we know that for a lot of you, you've heard that statement your entire life. And you've been encouraged to have patience. Patience for what, we ask? For others to catch up to what you already know. That, my friends, is the price that you're paying for being at the cutting edge of so many changes. Yes, you get to experience the joy from exploring the unknown and then turning around and joyfully sharing what you discovered, only to find that very few would appreciate or even understand what is now known to you as it relates to being at the cutting edge. We know who we are talking to. You have a long history, both on and off of this planet, of always taking the path less traveled, going where very few have gone before. But in this case, going where no one, no being has gone before, as that relates to a growing collective consciousness on this planet. One that simply refuses to compromise the value you now have placed on your own energy. So, to all of you frontliners that enjoy going where no one has gone before, we thank you for your service and the role you are now playing on this planet. And for those of you that are new to what we are all about, well, check out the About Us page on our website. In short, I've been serving the teachings of Michael since 1995, originally as a conscious channel for Archangel Michael, but in 2012, Michael invited me to elevate our relationship. Instead of acting as a channel, which not too many people feel called to do, he invited me to fully embrace a multifaceted, multidimensional identity, and then to share that as being my natural state, which of course, for me, includes his presence. So I agreed to do this without really knowing or fully understanding what I was agreeing to. But I did, but on one condition: that we together would be very, very clear that this might appear, at least initially, to be unique, but it's available to anyone. And of course, Michael took that a step further. He claims that what humanity calls being enlightened is not something that you can ever become. It represents our natural state. And that, my friends, is how far removed humanity has become from what is actually real. Let's settle in with a deep conscious breath. I want to thank all of you for sharing your own presence, for sharing your own light. It has meant a lot to me to feel your support over all these years. And I am really looking forward to the next series of conversations with Michael in support of each other while living the dream of our soul. Our new format places a very high value on these monthly gatherings. We know it's not easy at this time to be a human being and to witness some of the choices other people are making every single day that has the potential of breaking your heart. We know it's not easy to awaken to the presence of your soul and now act as a witness, but also feel the pain that has made its way into the human spirit. So we created this gathering, Conversations with Michael, as a safe place to reconnect to what is real, your divinity, and to share that with your fellow creators, the joy of being human through your own radiance. We know that's really rare. It is. And we want to thank you again for having the courage to share such a joy, despite the current circumstances on this planet. We get together online with our fellow creators over 30 times a year, acting as supports to each other, as conscious creators of our own experience, because it does bring us joy to share and celebrate all the changes. And if it speaks to your heart, you're welcome to join us in a variety of different workshops, classes, courses that we do. On that note, let's take another deep breath. We see in all of you true masters who are willing to expose their human heart to the heart of your soul, to your soul's magnificence, to its own divinity, so as to allow your soul to help transform the very story that all of us brought with us to this planet, and the one that all of us also inherited from being human. And because of your courage to set your story free, the family of humanity will not be without guidance and support as they enter their own unique awakening experience. We are looking forward to what unfolds in the years to come, because we trust in humanity's ability, with your support and guidance through your own light, to choose again every single day, to choose again. Be well, my friends, and remember that you always have the freedom to choose again.